Talk
show.
Recorded live.
Hi, this is Dennis Newbacher. You're watching and listening to GC Community Chat with Carrie Parton on this beautiful Thursday evening in Garden City.
Good evening and welcome to Garden City Community Chat. This podcast is dedicated to promoting our community and yours, offering news you can use and much more. And now, Garden City Community Chat. Well, good evening, Garden City, and our friends in Westland, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, Redford, Livonia, Plymouth, and Canton. That's a mouthful, Mike.
Yeah. That's at least 2 congressional districts.
Right. Thanks for joining us tonight. You're listening to Garden City Community Chat, show number 303 for August 4th, 2016. This is Garden City's only live podcast where we share news you can use and promote our community and yours. I'm your host, Carrie, and joining me tonight is Garden City's favorite weather guy, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing well, but hot this evening.
Yeah. And also former Garden City Councilman and longtime resident, Mr. Mike Jones. How are you, Mike?
Excellent, but I am getting better. It is hot, though.
It is, especially when you don't have air conditioning.
Yeah, that's a little problem over at the Jones residence. No air conditioning.
Oh, man. I don't know how you're doing it. Well, let's hope you get that resolved soon. All right, we're back in the studio after taking last week off to attend the Music in the Park event, and we'll be talking about that shortly, so stay tuned. We'll also be discussing Tuesday's primary election, the upcoming Kiwanis Kids Day in the Park, and the Rotary Club's Backpacks for Kids, and much more. Tom's going to be here in a few minutes to give us, I hope, a cooler forecast. Joy and Holly are back. Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be another hot one.
Joy and Holly are back with their 2-minute gardening tips, and Mike has some community announcements over there, I think. Don't you, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Got a few there piled up. So why not sit back, relax, and grab your favorite beverage. I know we have ours. And join us for the next 60 minutes or so. It's always a good time. Don't forget, we'll be having several great community events that will be taking place throughout the year, not only here in Garden City, but our surrounding communities as well. And we'll be here to announce those events for you as soon as we know when and where. Remember, if your community has some great events coming up, get the information to us as soon as possible by emailing us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. And Mike will be more than happy to share it with our listeners. Right, Mike?
Certainly will.
Yep, you got a lot of them always. We invite you to be a part of the conversation here tonight. If you have any questions or comments for us or Mike or for Tom, we would love to hear from you. And we have a couple of ways that you can do that. You can call us at 1-724-444-7444 and enter the call ID 82757 followed by the pound sign. Or you can join us in our chat room by going online to TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. That's going to take you right to our main show page where you'll click on the large Join In button. A window will open, click and sign in as a guest, and that's all there is to it. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. If you'd like to text your questions to us, that number is 734-788-9319. We look forward to hearing from you. Now, remember, all our shows are recorded, so you can catch us later at your convenience, which several of our listeners do by going to our main show page, where you'll find all 303 shows listed for you in order, so please check them out. The audio from tonight's show will be posted on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat about 30 minutes or so after we sign off tonight, so please look for that as well. We are also doing a live unedited video of tonight's show, so you can put a face with the voice, and that will be made available tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Community Chat Show. Please watch for that, and while you're there, why not subscribe to our channel? That way you'll be notified when we post future shows. Just click on the little red subscribe button right below the video. All right, it's that time. We're going to get Tom in here and see about this crazy warm weather that we're having, if there's any relief in sight. And then we'll be discussing some of our topics for tonight. So let's get Tom in here. Okay, let's get a check on the weather with Doppler Tom, see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend. Tom, what do you have for us? Tom, it is crazy hot and crazy dry out there.
I tell you, we didn't really miss much if we weren't on the show last week because it was kind of a broken record. But I have some good news and I have some bad news. Which one do you want first?
Bad news.
Bad news is there's more heat coming. But the good news is there is going to be a break. So we'll get into that right now. For the rest of the evening out there, and let me back it up a bit. This week we've dealt with a lot of heat and humidity, and we also have been dealing with on and off rain. And yes, I'm saying rain because sometimes we get the rain and sometimes we don't. I see people saying, oh, my God, I'm getting so much rain, and then another just across the street or across the neighborhood saying, I'm getting no rain at all. And I just wanted to briefly explain to what is going on this week because it's been pretty crazy in the weather department because some areas are getting downpours and some areas are missing it completely. So what happens is during the afternoon and evening hours, we get so much heating and humidity building up. There's such a difference in temperature between the land and a body of water that we're so close to, which is Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair and the Detroit River. And what happens is a boundary begins to form and in between those two boundaries, and it acts like a mini cold front. That boundary begins to move inland, and you can get quick, pulsating rain and storms that develop pretty quickly, and they don't last very long, but they don't really move very much either. And that's what's been happening this week, and that's probably what's going to be continuing for probably the rest of the weekend and into probably next week as well. But it's not going to be a complete washout every single day. But tomorrow is that other chance that we can see that develop, but it's going to be a little bit more prevalent because we are getting a little bit more boundary moving in. But before we get the rain, we're probably going to get the heat again, and that heat is going to be a killer because you don't really have time to really cool down because as we get into the rest of tonight, we're going to be warm tonight. We're going to be in the low 70s. For overnight lows, which is something that's pretty warm for this time of year. And you can't really recover during the overnight hours, Mike.
No, you can't.
But as we get into tomorrow, it's going to be another hot and humid day, but I do believe we're going to probably see a little bit more rain and a little bit more coverage than we have been dealing with the last few days and this week as well. So hopefully that will cool us down. And as we get into the weekend, it is going to probably start to dry out a little bit more. And I mean that in the sense that the humidity is going to start coming down as well with the temperature.
That's the killer, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably be in the low 80s for temperatures with lower humidity, so that's going to be nice.
Nice.
A lot of sunshine as well. But as we get into next week, I do see a little bit more of a changing pattern as well, with those temperatures starting out in the 80s, and then as we get into the mid and late part of the week, we'll get back into the 90s.
Wow.
It is a little bit of a break, but we are going to get back into the heat and humidity. But now that we're in August, I can say that this is the dog days of summer, and this is the time of year where we get this kind of heat and the humidity. And it doesn't really help with the drought that we've been having as well. And we are still in a very dangerous drought, in my opinion, because we're still in a moderate drought. The update just came out from the drought monitor today at 10 a.m., and what that means is that we're still in a very dangerous drought. But I can probably hear people saying in the back of their head as they're listening to the show, oh, but we're getting so much rain, and it's helping my garden, but the other areas aren't. So what that means is there's so much rain, yes, in some locations, but it's running off. When the rain comes down so heavy, it doesn't have time to really moisten up the ground and get into the ground. What happens is it goes down the sidewalk and into the sewers and such, so it doesn't really have time to really accumulate. So we're still in a very dangerous drought out there, and it's going to continue as we get into the rest of the month, in my opinion. We'll probably see changes in that drought, and it probably will go away as we get into the fall months, because in the fall months it becomes common that you get those slow-moving systems that move over us, and we get those days where we can get rain all day, and it's a very nice, cool rain. But until then, I probably will see this drought continuing for at least another month or two, and it's going to really hit us in the bank with watering our grass and our gardens and such. And fortunately, I do see that continuing as well. But another thing that a lot of people are overlooking is the air quality. That's another problem that's been ongoing this week, and it's going to be continuing the next few days, is the air quality. Where a lot of people don't know is that there's good ozone and there's bad ozone. Obviously, the good ozone is keeping us safe from the solar radiation from the sun. A lot of that is depleted as it goes through that boundary, but some of that ozone can build up in downtown areas such as Detroit or other big metropolitan areas, and that can obviously have problems with people that have a lot of health issues as well. So you can get a lot of breathing problems, and that's going to be continuing the next few days for people that have problems with breathing. And I just wanted to briefly mention that.
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you guys said something.
No.
I have a comment when you get done.
Yeah.
I know, I talk a lot.
No, that's
no,
fine.
we're waiting.
We just have a lot of information to get in.
That's good.
As we talk about extending outward and talking about much of the weather out there, as I was talking about, there's that cold front that's moving across the country, and that's bringing a lot of severe weather across a lot of the northern United States. North Dakota had a lot of tornadoes yesterday, and that's starting to move east, and there's a lot of severe weather across Wisconsin and Illinois, and if you do your math, you're probably like, oh, it's coming to Michigan tomorrow, but I don't really feel like we're going to be dealing with severe weather, in my opinion. Just some heavy downpours, which is the good news. And that's the biggest story in the weather world. We also had a hurricane over the last few days.
Yeah.
Hurricane Earl struck, I believe, last night, and it was a very minimal hurricane with winds of 75 miles per hour, but that's nothing to really just sneeze at when it made landfall, but it was something that would disrupt your plans if you're going to Belize, and that's the first hurricane of the season. And I don't really see any more systems to really affect the U.S. over the next few weeks. But as we get into August, this is the time of year where we really, really need to watch the tropics because it can hit anywhere and it can develop very quickly. But I just wanted to briefly mention the hurricane season is starting to come alive. As we talk about the southwestern United States, this is the time of year where they start to get into the monsoon season, which is something that's starting to really form out there across Arizona and New Mexico and Colorado. They're dealing with a lot of localized flooding and downpours from that monsoon, but unfortunately none of that rain is really going to California, where they desperately need it. And you know me, I've been talking about California and their drought for probably years on this show, and unfortunately I don't really see much change for them. And the southeastern United States is dealing with the heat and humidity and those daily rainstorms that they're very common down there. So that's pretty much the weather that's going on across the country, but if you want to keep tuned to our local weather information and our drought and some rain that could be moving through over the next few days, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com.
Right. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'd just like to support Tom from a personal experience. Last Friday, we were at a funeral viewing in Wyandotte, which is fairly close to the Detroit River.
Yeah.
We got 45 minutes of just a torrential downpour.
Wow.
In Wyandotte.
Being by the water there.
Yeah. We couldn't even get out of the car to go into the funeral home. It was coming down so hard. We get home to Garden City.
It's right along those
Not one
eastern side
drop.
of the city. I tell you, we got a few drops. That's all I got here the last few days.
Yeah, I think I could count them. Yeah.
Right.
So Tom is right on about these little fronts near the water and so forth, and they can be very dramatic if you're in them.
It's very hard to forecast as well. I know I'm pretty good, but I'm not perfect.
Right, that's real common in Florida, too. I know it.
Very common in Florida, yes.
Sunshine on the other side of the street. It's crazy. That is hard to forecast, I bet. All right, thank you, Tom. Yep. I did want to mention that I had the opportunity to go to a open house today, the new Town and Country Hardware over there on Ford Road, just east of Inkster. Had their grand opening today.
Not east of Inkster.
No. Oh, west. I'm sorry, west of Inkster. Yeah. Mike Choker and his family own that, and the mayor was there, and we had Chief Murray was there, Kim Dole from DDA, Jaylee Lynch, my wife Cheryl.
It's good to see Garden City having good representation at these business openings.
Yeah, exactly.
Making them feel welcome. And
now tomorrow, from what I understand, he's going to be serving breakfast They're going to be grilling breakfast out there. I can't remember the times, but you'll have to check on Facebook. I think he's got a Facebook page. And then Sunday they're doing burgers and dogs. No, Saturday burgers and dogs, and then Sunday they're doing coffee and donuts. So they're having quite a big blowout all weekend over there. So you might want to check it out. Town and Country Hardware. Stop in, say hi to Mike. He would appreciate it. All right, I do want to recognize our good friend from the Garden City Fire Department, one of our finest
First responders,
Mr. Steve Ray. How you doing, Steve? Hello, Steve. You there?
he was there earlier.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's on the clock, probably.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. You're muted, I guess.
Yeah.
Geez, and I gave you such a dramatic introduction, you missed the whole thing.
I had to create more drama with a dramatic pause built into.
I do that sometimes, and Carrie hates it.
Yeah, Steve does, or Tom does do that. Yeah. So what you got for us there? Hey, with all this heat, you probably have some tips, don't you, to kind of stay safe with the heat? And is Maplewood a cooling center now?
It is.
It is as needed. It's not open all the time, but definitely on the days when it gets well over 90, we can use that as a cooling center.
Uh-huh.
And my tip today was more towards the fire aspect of it than the heat.
Yeah.
As Tom stated, it's been dry, and I want Tom to make it rain, but he continues not to let it rain. So I blame him fully.
You got to do that rain dance.
Yeah. So
just reports it. He doesn't create it.
I thought he had an in with.
I wish I could. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to mow my weeds every couple weeks around here.
Right.
For some reason, they're still growing. The grass is giving up, but the weeds are still growing good.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Boy, they always grow everywhere. So what's the tips for this heat?
The point is the dryness. And in the summertime, there's nothing people love more than to have a campfire in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, as dry as it is, that is extremely dangerous. If you've ever seen how quickly the fire can move across dead grass to fences, to houses, to garages.
Yeah.
So if you are going to do that, make sure you have a hose nearby and ready to go, so in case it doesn't get out, because all it takes is a log shift.
Campfires aren't even legal in the city, are they?
Mm.
They're not recommended anywhere in Wayne County and a lot of times ordinances, but realistically, people are still going to do it.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying you can do it. I'm saying if you do it, do it too.
Fire pits. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah, and then here another thing too is smokers. Smokers have to really watch it, flicking those cigarettes out the window.
Yeah, in the car, or the people who smoke on their porch.
Yeah.
We have had a couple cigarettes fall under and hit the dry grass underneath decks, and before you know it, you have the fire department pulling off your burning deck trying to save your house. So
yeah, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
So yeah, it's no joke drying. I think they said we're 4 inches down on rainfall this year. Sorry, I was listening to Dotzler Tom's competition on Channel 2 the other night. So
I tell you, Steve does his homework.
Yeah.
No competition.
Hey, when you have to wear navy blue and a heavy fire gear, you pay attention to what the weather is going to be like.
Yes, for sure. Wow.
The other thing I wanted to share with you, and it's a cool new program that we're working into at the fire station.
Uh-huh.
It's called Community Risk Reduction. And if you remember, back in April, I was out in Maryland at the National Fire Academy. And this was one of the classes I took out there. Now, the community risk reduction is different than public education.
Okay.
Public education is where we teach people to stop, drop, and roll, call 911, all the things that we go into the school and share with the kids. Community risk reduction is kind of the next step. It's looking at our EMS runs, our fire runs, and finding out what is actually injuring and killing the members of our community, and then we can take steps in addressing that. So, as part of the class, one of the things I did was pull up our medical runs, and we were able to do it by demographics, and the members of our community that are over 60 years old make up 48% of our EMS runs, and the most common is falls. So 11% of our calls have to do with seniors falling. So that's more than 1 in 10. So if we look at it that way, now what can we do to step in and address the concern? So,
How do you get those numbers out to the community? How do you reach them?
Well, we're really at the first step of this, and the first step is, admitting that we need this program. And I've talked to the chief, and she shared it with the city manager, and it's something that we need to educate the other firefighters and make sure we're all on the same page.
Right.
Then the next step is, once we educate them, then we can start building the programs. And I'm going to use you guys at the community chat, our website, our Facebook page, all of the great businesses and service organizations that we have in our community. That I really plan through all these to take advantage of our partnerships with everybody we have, and that way we can roll out the program.
Yeah. It'd be great for you or another firefighter to even come and be a speaker at some of the organizations, Kiwanis, Rotary, GCBA. Come talk to them.
Yeah, and definitely that's something that once this program gets off the ground, I expect it to be functioning here in the next month or two. To start doing things like that, and we'll need assistance from our community partners to make this happen. And we've said it with fires, and it's the same with medical runs. The best ones are the ones that we prevent by them not happening. We go out and do fire education, so we keep fires from happening, and it's safer for everybody. And it's the same thing with injury prevention. So I am excited about this program, and I think it's something that that is going to be great for the citizens of Garden City.
Yeah, well, you have our fullest support for sure, right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd be glad to publicize it. Be glad to have you as a guest on the program.
Yeah, you know that.
Once you got things organized and you got specifics to talk about.
You're welcome anytime. I still have your theme song.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's something that I'm very excited about and something I'm very passionate about. You guys know how I love being involved in the community, and this is really taking it to the next step by addressing the actual concerns in town. So,
definitely.
So we will keep you up to date on the details about that.
All right, sounds great. Anything else you want to cover?
No, that's really good. We're waiting to hear back from, we've got 3 grants in.
Okay.
One is for power stretchers for the ambulances to make transporting people safer.
Okay.
And safer for the patients and safer for us. And along on that same grant is a gear washer that is better about removing the carcinogens from our gear. So the latest statistic was 1 in 3 firefighters will come down with some form of cancer. It's more important than ever for us to make sure we wash our gear and get all that stuff out of our gear.
Exactly. Yeah.
The second grant is for adding 3 new personnel through a SAFER grant, and that means the government will pay for the first 2 years for 3 more guys. And the important thing about doing that right now is the retirements we're going to start having in the next few years.
Yep.
It's better to get the guys in now and get them trained than and have them up and ready to go when we have the retirements, instead of waiting for the retirements then trying to play catch up. So
proactive now for sure.
Yeah. Succession planning is great. And then we do have a public safety grant in for another smoke detector campaign.
Oh, okay.
So I think we asked for 2,000 smoke detectors, and if that comes through, we'll be out in the community and out on your show pushing the smoke detector campaign too. So
great. Sounds like you guys been busy. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely moving. This summer heat hasn't slowed us down. It's just made us sweat harder while we do all the work. So.
Right.
And we appreciate that work. A lot of people don't really realize how hard firefighters and police officers work in these conditions, and I just wanted to briefly mention how fortunate I am that you're there, because a lot of people in this day and age in this society don't really appreciate it, but I'm not going to get into that. But I just wanted to briefly mention that all that you do is very, very good work.
Very much appreciated, yes. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We do appreciate that. And like I said, in this weather, we just have to be smart, and it's not about staying hydrated. It's pre-hydrating and knowing it's going to be hot tomorrow, so start drinking water the night before. And once you realize that you're starting to dehydrate, it's too late.
Yeah.
So,
Mike and I were just talking before the show that our appetites are just no appetites in this heat. All we want to do is drink liquids, you know?
Yeah.
So
I wish I had that problem.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'll probably be hungry later.
That's not a normal case now.
Obviously. We're not getting rid of our six-packs. We're getting rid of kegs. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate everything you guys do, and thanks for coming on. You know you're always welcome back, so stick around. If you have anything else, you can chime in, okay?
All right. I'll be hanging around here. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the primary results.
Yeah.
Well, first, Glenn Anderson won.
Yeah. Supported Glenn, so I'm glad to see that. I have a lot of respect for Sue Mason. I'm glad that she's getting involved. I hope that she will continue to be active and involved, because I think she has a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Glenn has an awful lot of experience, which is be hard to duplicate.
You know what I would like to see is a little less complaining now that it's over, and a little more working together.
Yeah.
You know, maybe get with Sue and maybe, you know, listen to some of her ideas and, you know, see how we can move the community forward. But the sad part is, this is Garden City, only 2,364 votes total. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty sad. You got to admit.
I didn't see those numbers.
Robert Pope will be running against that Jewel Jones for Julie Polwicki's seat.
Yeah, well, the Democrats got that in the bag. This district, there's just no way a Republican's going to carry that.
This was surprising. Even though John Conyers won big over Janice Winfrey, he lost Garden City, 779 to 638. Yeah. Kim Worthy, big, unopposed. Betty Napoleon won big over Shelley Milton. She had 338 votes. He had 993. I said Wayne County Commission. Glenn won with like 63% of the vote.
The two millages passed, didn't they?
Yeah, the zoo passed, and the Parks millage passed in Garden City. Also nationally, or regionally.
Be interesting to see how this transportation, mass transit thing does in November.
Yeah, because you got Oakland and
Macomb, and they're
even though L. Brooks Patterson says he's not going to tell people to not vote for it.
He's not going to tell them to vote for it either.
He's not. No, he isn't.
Let's just say November is going to be very interesting for a lot of things.
Very interesting. You got that.
Like heredity to your grade to support a tax increase. Come on,
right.
You can't have a blanket position like that. You got to evaluate each one on its merit.
Right.
And we badly need transportation help.
We do. We're so far behind other states, it's unbelievable.
We had a speaker
mass transit
a couple weeks ago that talked about it, and it was unbelievable. He says,
we need to get with it.
What somebody has to do right now to get from a Detroit home to a job in Macomb or Oakland or Western Wayne County, how many connections they have to make and how long it takes them and so forth.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Yeah, it's pretty sad even. I mean,
if we had something a lot better, it would be a boon for business and jobs.
Sure. Absolutely.
You got people that would work, they can't get to the job.
This was interesting. The 4th District State Senate in Wayne County, Ian Conyers, that's his nephew, I believe. It's his nephew. He won $6,000 to $4,400. So keep the Conyers name going.
Yeah.
But let's see. No other real big surprises, really.
Oh.
Betty Napoleon was big.
See that Ficano did make the finals on the judge thing.
I'm shocked. Aren't you?
Yeah,
That's a little surprising.
Like 7th or 8th.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did I see that?
Prediction is that he probably won't be one of the top 4 in November.
Yeah, right here. Wanda Evans, I believe, come in first, 46,000. Hathaway second.
I voted for both of them.
At 45. 39,000, Melissa Cox.
No.
And they need 4, right?
Yeah.
It don't look like he's going to make it. No. It doesn't look like he's going to. It's going to be Morrow or it's going to be Ramsey, maybe one of those.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, doesn't look like he will make it. So, and Dearborn Fire and Police millage passed. That was a yes. Zoo millage, like we said, passed. Parks millage passed. Livonia Public Safety millage passed. So people are smart. They don't want to lose their public safety.
Yeah, they're starting to evaluate the services they're getting and realizing you can't just refuse to pay for things and expect them to continue.
Well, you got to look at your priorities here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all getting older. We're all going to be utilizing them someday probably. Let's hope not, but, you want them there if you have to, or a loved one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so enough of that. Let's talk about music in the park. Tom, did you make it to that or not?
I did not get to make it there, but I heard it was a big success.
Oh, it was really a lot of fun.
Huge.
We had over 450 people showed up. Big thanks to Gordon Chevrolet. They were the main sponsor. The DDA and Garden City Business Alliance were the hosts. We had face painters there for the kids. Tony was there from GC Cafe selling his pulled pork, sausage sandwiches, and what else did he have? Hot dogs. And then George from the new Mexican restaurant in Garden City that opened, Ola's. That's on Inkster, just west of, on Ford, just west of Inkster.
Mm-hmm.
He had tamales. He had beef, chicken, and cheese, which were very good. Big shout out to Bonnie and the Working Girls. How good are they?
They're great, but they need to expand their repertoire because they don't do.
I knew you were going to say
Day
that.
by Buddy Holly.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, they did. I swore they did that one time at Autos for Autism.
They played it at Autos for Autism. I don't know if it was a recorded thing or if they did it live.
Yeah, I can't remember. We had about 6 artisans that were there, all different ceramics, candles, jewelry, jams, you name it. They were there. We had Detroit Mini Donuts from Garden City was there. Cheryl, my wife, chaired the Music in the Park. A big shout out to her. She did a great job and all the volunteers. Barb McConnell from Michigan Massage Professionals in Garden City. She did the scavenger hunt. She was the chairperson for that. We had over 40 people participated in that, and we had first place was $500, second place $300, and third place $200. So we gave a lot of money away that night.
Yeah.
And then Gordon Chevrolet surprised us by giving us 2 Tiger tickets when the Astros were in town. So we raffled those off. Didn't cost anybody anything. Everybody.
That was a nice game for whoever won those tickets.
Yeah, it was. A lot of runs.
Yeah, 11-0. I got home from the ballpark and my wife says, "Boy, that was a lousy game, 11-0." I says, "No,
that's a good game.
11-0 is a lousy game when you have the nothing.
Yeah, right.
When you have the 11, it's very good."
Exactly. You know, I'd rather lose 11-0 than 2-1. I hate that. That just bothers me. I can't stand it. But anyway, it was a great time had by all. Didn't have any complaints. Everybody seemed real happy. It was just a great community and family-oriented event.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
I would agree, and I'd like to see that continue. If we can't do any more this year, I'd like to certainly see it on our agenda for next year.
Yeah, I think next year
maybe we can vary the type of music and
yeah.
try to get, as you said earlier before the show, we need to get ways to get as many of the businesses involved as we can.
Right.
To support them.
Exactly.
Give them a presence in the community that they might not get it from other methods.
Right. We had a few businesses, involved, but we need a lot more. We need, they need to maybe sponsor or do something, get their name out there.
Because it's really not in the DDA's interest to just have music in the park.
No.
If it doesn't do something for businesses.
Right. Well, it's not the DDA district. It's actually the GCBA, but the DDA was involved in the scavenger hunt. So.
Yeah.
But it was just a great night, and like you said, if we don't do it this year, we're having a meeting next Friday. We're going to discuss some more of it with the membership. But I think
you're welcome for the nice weather. I'm just kidding.
All right, exactly.
That was beautiful.
So anyway, if you didn't make it, you missed a good time. All right, let's talk about this Saturday, Kiwanis Kids Day in the Park. That's a big event.
Yes, it is. It's certainly one of our two biggest events of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be from about 11 to 4.
Yep.
Primarily for kids 3 to 11, 3 to 12. There's going to be bouncers. There's going to be clowns, magicians, face painting, cookie decorating, hat decorating, scavenger hunt.
Garden City Masons will host a Michigan Child ID program. That's very popular from 11 to 3.
They've done that before, and that's very good. I've got samples of the teeth.
Oh, okay.
In my freezer.
The imprints.
Yeah, the imprints of the teeth for my grandkids in the freezer.
Yeah, you mentioned cookie decorating. Razzles the Clown will walk the park and dazzle the kids. Scavenger hunt, which I'll be involved in with the Commission on Aging and also Kiwanis. Merriman Road Baptist Church will do face decorating, food and refreshments.
I think the red hats are doing decorating of the
visors.
Yep.
Also, I just saw, let's see.
There will be food available for purchase.
Yeah, food will be available. Dynamite Master Magic Show will be at 1 p.m. under the large pavilion. This all takes place under the large pavilion, by the way. And Tom has promised us gorgeous weather for Saturday, right, Tom?
Yes, it's going to be a pretty nice day, much less humid, too, probably in the low 80s. So, What was that cutoff again? I'm a little, can I be a kid? No, just kidding.
Come on out, man. It's going to be fun.
I have to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it sounds like a great time and great weather.
Yeah, it's going to be. It is. It's a fun time. Yeah. The only thing you're not having this year is a rock climbing wall. You're not going to have that this year.
I believe that's correct.
But
and it's relatively inexpensive. I think we charge like $2 or $3 for a kid, and if you got more than one kid, $5 for the family or something like that.
And it's a full day of everything. Activities. I mean, it's unbelievable. So you can't beat the price for sure.
No.
And and then Steve says get a reinforced bouncer, and he's in.
I may have been in the bouncer in the past years down at the park, so.
Okay.
Just so you're aware.
I also, is the fire department going to be out there, do you know? I think they usually show up, don't they?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I did notice it on the schedule that our crew will stop down there, and whenever something's happening in Garden City, we love being a part of it.
Right, absolutely. I also think Bruce Shippey is going to be there, I believe, with Rudy, a canine dog. So it's going to be a great event. So if you're not doing anything, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., August 6th, Saturday, come on down, corner of Cherry Hill and Merriman Roads.
Yep.
$3 per child or $5 for 2 or more.
Correct.
So can't beat it. All right, also another event is the Rotaries are doing the backpacks for students this year again.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hoping to get 150 backpacks. Garden City Hospital, it's a program in cooperation with Garden City Hospital and the Garden City School District. So they are taking donations to pack these. We'll see. Where can you drop those off?
City Hall, Maplewood.
City Hall, Garden City Library, and Cambridge Center. August 11th, at their Garden City Rotary Club meeting, members will assemble supplies in the backpacks and get everything ready for distribution at the start of the school year. That's a great event. Kiwanis was in on that at one time, weren't they, or no?
I don't know. Rotary's doing that in place of their lunch on August 11th.
Is that what they're doing then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they'll probably be a little
Kiwanis
busy.
has their lunch, but at Amatea's, but Rotary's not having lunch that day.
Yeah, let's mention that. Kiwanis has their lunch at noon at Amatea's every Thursday.
Right.
You're more than welcome, anyone, to come.
Yeah, 12 o'clock to
be a guest.
12:30, yeah.
Just come on in and see what we're all about. Enjoy a nice lunch.
Yeah, we'll
lunch is what?
Well, lunch is $8 for members, but he charges us $8.25. But guests don't have. We would pay for a guest if they wanted to have lunch. In fact, 2 or 3 times we pay for them so that they can get a good view of what Kiwanis is all
you
about.
can't beat that. We just had Senator Knisik become a member.
Yeah, and Commissioner Anderson said he's going to join starting in October.
Okay. We're going to hold him to it.
Yeah.
Going to hold him to it. Yeah, Seniors Help a Senior Day is coming up November.
Yeah, November 5th is.
That's a good time.
Make a senior smile.
Make a senior smile. Get a T-shirt.
I called in and told the commissioner's office that I would be available at least for the opening setup.
You got a Michigan game.
I got tickets for Michigan, Maryland, and I don't know what time.
You don't know what time yet. Yeah, if it'll be a late one.
But if it's a November game, it's probably going to be at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I can help with the organization and getting the shirts out and getting the people out, but I won't be able to be there for when they come back and they have the pizza and all that stuff.
Right. All right, so, hey, if you want to donate erasers, pens, scissors, pencil cases, anything to do with school, head on over to Cambridge, Maplewood, or what did we say?
City Hall, I think.
City Hall. And make your donation. They would appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Let me see. I think we can get to. You're just chomping at the bit over there, aren't you?
No. We got to get the gardening in.
Yeah, we're going to do the gardening right now. We'll get to Joey and Holly, and then we're going to get to Mike because I know he's waiting for his Buddy Holly intro. So let's get Joey and Holly in here.
This is Gardening in 2 Minutes. Sometimes in gardening we have fails, other times we have successes, and sometimes we just strictly don't have the space to grow what we want. Well, we have the option of farmers markets to go to.
One thing we've noticed is farmers markets, you can get a lot of produce for pretty cheap, and if there's something that maybe you can't successfully grow and you don't want to use the space for, then you can get at the farmers market. We learned this year we had a poor cabbage crop. So when we went to the farmer's market, I picked up a 10-pound cabbage for $3.
Now, farmers markets just doesn't have only vegetables.
Right. You can also get things like soap, honey, locally made items, oats, different flours, different grains.
Meats.
And they have meats too, eggs, and sometimes even some fun shopping stuff like little kitschy stuff or gifts.
Now, there's some techniques when you go to a farmer's market, whether you've been to 100 or you're going to your first one next week.
What I do is I usually shop around first. If I'm looking for, say I'm looking for 4 different vegetable items, I walk around and I see where I can find the best price. I also bring my own bags. They're not going to give me a discount or anything. I just like bringing my own bags to prevent them from having to supply bags for me.
And if you're concerned about how the produce is grown, the farmers are more than happy to explain to you the techniques and the processes and maybe some of the chemicals they spray or don't spray on their crops.
Right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. They're more than happy to give you information. You can also learn about other vegetables there, too. You may see a vegetable you've never seen before. Ask. They can tell you, and sometimes they can tell you how to cook it.
And you can also save seeds from those organically heirloom-grown vegetables as well, so you can grow them in your vegetable garden next year. For more information on farmers markets, our weekly video production, as well as our free downloadable digital quarterly magazines, you can find all that information at
thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.
A gardener for all gardeners. For Gardening in 2 Minutes, I'm Joey Baird.
I'm Holly Baird.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Speaking of farmers market, we're hoping to get one in Garden City Park, either by the end of this year or next year for sure.
That would be nice to get that back.
That's a great venue over there. That would be wonderful. So they're working on that as we speak.
Good.
Okay, Steve, you had a couple other things that you wanted to mention you had thought about. What's up?
Yeah, when you brought up the DDA and all the great things that they're doing for our community, they did get us a grant to update our station. And a big thing there is the overhead doors. The overhead doors are not energy efficient. Anytime the wind blows, it blows doors throughout the station. And
wow.
So they were able to score us a grant to get new overhead doors. So as you guys see those coming in, they're supposed to be installed this month.
Oh, awesome.
And the community has really gathered around to help us. The Bacon Run raised money to do other things like replace some of the windows and entry doors. Gordon Chevrolet is doing something, and I wasn't able to get that date, but they're going to be doing a fundraiser for us. And
wow.
So the community is really stepping up, and it's going to show in the appearance of our station. So it'll be looking different here in the next month. So stay tuned and watch for that.
Absolutely. You guys deserve it for sure. Gordon Chevrolet is awesome. I'm telling you, they really do fantastic things for the community. I can't say enough about Gordon Chevrolet.
Yeah, between Susan, Ianni, and Sherry Barber, they're definite benefit to the community, and they're right with us all the time.
Yep. All right, was that it?
Yep, that was it. I just wanted to make sure I got a shout out to our friends of the DDA and thank them for making the station better and more energy efficient, and Gordon Chevrolet for and the Bacon Run and everything for helping us out. So
great. Yeah, those are much needed improvements that you guys need and well deserved. So that's good.
If you look at all the public safety millages that went out, as public safety, we try to do as much with as little as we can, and we don't want to be a tax burden on our residents at all. But there comes a time when things are falling down around you that
right.
That you have to say, hey, we need a little more. And our residents have come through for us in the past, and I'm glad Livonia and all the areas around us are getting these because they definitely need it.
Right. Yep, for sure. All right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime. You know that.
Yep.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up now with Mike. He's got some community announcements and a bunch of events, so we're going to turn it over to Mike here right now.
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye, yes, that'll be the day.
Okay, it's time for
make
some
me cry, how you say you're gonna
so let's
leave.
get Mike in here.
You know
Mike,
it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
All right, little added karaoke there from Mike.
Oh, I thought that was Buddy Holly.
Sound just like you. All right, Mike, what you got?
I got a number of things.
It's all yours.
First one I want to mention is a week from Saturday, there will be another hazardous waste collection. And this one will take place at Westland Shopping Center over there in back of J.C. Penney's.
Yeah, very important.
So if you've got, like me, you've got a TV and a microwave and that died and you want to get rid of them,
do it the appropriate way.
This is the chance to do that. Electronic stuff, obviously paints and things like that that we don't want getting into the water system and what have you. This is a great way to get rid of those kind of things. Also, coming up this next Thursday, the Metro West Senior Centers and Presbyterian Villagers of Michigan are presenting a movie, The Age of Love. It's never too late to date, although my wife would probably want to put some restrictions on that.
Yeah, this is kind of for seniors, I believe.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely that.
But you're past that.
Yeah. But I'm not free to date.
No, you're not.
No.
You're taken.
Yeah. It's going to be Thursday, August 11th from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock at the Friendship Center, 1119 Newburgh Road in Westland. They wanted you to RSVP by Monday, but I'm sure they'd still take you. You can.
Oh, yeah.
You can call 734-793-1870. Snacks and refreshments will be served.
Yeah, just ask for Sheila. I'm sure she'll take care of you.
Also, the First Methodist Church is continuing their concert series.
Yeah.
And this next one on August 10th, Wednesday, will be the Optimistics. So if you're a fan of the music from the 50s and 60s, that'll be the day.
There you go.
You will enjoy this group.
You going to that?
I don't know.
You may have to.
They are local group guys who all attended Cody High. They'll have you singing along to unforgettable songs, remembering old friends, drive-in restaurants, and cool cars. And they take donations. This is an air-conditioned inside the church, so it'll be comfortable.
Right.
And they'll accept donations, and each week they designate some local group to be the recipient of the donations they collect.
That's nice.
And as I understand it, this next week it's going to be our Garden City Fire Department that they're going to be making the donations to.
Wow, that's nice. There you go.
Week after that, they've got the Big Band Express and their ice cream social, and so they got stuff coming up all month long on Wednesdays.
Yep. We'll have more for you.
Yep. We'll give you try to give you updates on each of those as they're coming up in the succeeding week.
Yep.
Volunteer help is needed. Volunteer drivers are needed for the Meals on Wheels program, and also help is needed in the thrift store. Please apply at the Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood Street in Garden City, or call 734-793-1850 for more information. Hours are Monday through Friday from 8:45 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 8:45 to 5 p.m. Yoga on the library lawn for August. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hopefully, Tom can get us a little bit nicer weather. Join us any Tuesday in August at 6 o'clock to open your mind while relaxing your body with a beginner's yoga class on the library lawn, sponsored by the Friends of the Library. Ages 14 and up are welcome to attend. A $2 donation to the Friends is suggested, but not required. Vince Patacini will lead each class. Mark the dates, August 9, 16, 23, 30, 6 o'clock p.m. The library is letting us know that they have a job opening. Library page, part-time. Looking for an enthusiastic person, part-time library page sought. Duties include handling money, taking orders on answering the phone, answering directional and non-professional inquiries, referring patrons to appropriate staff, present a neat appearance and project a positive image of the library, and other duties as directed. They have to at least completed 9th grade education or equivalent, and ability to sort numerically and alphabetically, ability to perform simple arithmetic, adding, subtracting, making change, and ability to follow directions. Desired experience using cash register would be nice. Previous library experience would be nice. Up to 16 hours per week, including evenings and Sundays. Minimum wage, which hopefully will be going up to $15. Applications are available at the Human Resource Department in the City of Garden City, City Hall at 6000 Middle Belt Road, Garden City, Michigan, 734-793-1640. Garden City Summer Community Theater is back after 30 years of absence.
That's awesome, man. I really think that's great.
This is going to be another event I think is going to...
Are they going to have the parking lot done over there?
I hope so.
My gosh. I mean, it was still tore up.
Yeah. This thing starts in like 2 weeks, so I just hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to be doing Fiddler on the Roof. Tickets are $10, general admission seating, so there's no reserved seats. Box often opens 90 minutes before each show. It'll be at O'Leary Auditorium, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, August 18th, 19th, and 20th at 7 p.m., and a matinee on Sunday, August 21st at 2 o'clock p.m. So urge everybody who appreciates theater to come out and give them some support. We'd like to see this take off and be a continuing part of our Garden City culture.
It's really nice on Facebook. They're showing pictures of all the people that are in the play and telling a little bit about them. It's really nice.
They have like 50
little bio.
They have like 50 cast members.
Oh yeah,
and they're
not to mention everyone behind the scenes, building the scenery and stuff.
And they're all pretty much local people. There's some kids. There's some adults. There's some children.
Graduates. Community residents. It's a big deal.
Yeah,
I like it.
The outdoor flea and food market at the Straight Farmhouse is on the second and third Saturday of the month, August and September, from 9 to 2, located at the Historical Museum, Merriman Road, north of Ford Road on the west side of Merriman.
Yep.
They have something for everyone: toys, antiques, collectibles, jewelry, household items, man cave signs, and much, much more.
Man cave signs. That's funny. Yeah. That cracks me up.
Please contact Straight Farmhouse 734-838-0650. Now that is outdoors, so that is weather permitting.
Right.
It could get canceled by thunderstorms or something, but
I don't see it happening.
But unfortunately, not by heat.
No, right.
Setup begins at 8 a.m. $15 for a 10 by 10 space. No advance reservations. Payable day of the market. All proceeds go to the museum. Common restrictions: no weapons, no offensive pictures or literature, and there'll be no food or beverage sales. Please call Diane at 734-765-7999.
Yep.
Garden City Kiwanis is sponsoring a trip to the Greektown Casino, Jack, and the Belle Isle Gardens and Aquarium.
And they better call early because you said what? They got 4 seats left?
Yeah,
on the bus?
Just going to get into that. They'll be going to Detroit Casino Hotel in Greektown on Saturday, August 27th. You pay $30. You receive $20 in slot pay.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. All proceeds will help the Kiwanis help local kids come and be part of the Fun for Wonderful cruise. Now, as Kerry mentioned, the 60-passenger bus has 56 positions already sold, so there's only 4 left.
Wow.
Call Party Animal Travel at 734-525-9777 or contact your local Kiwanis member and tell them that you want to sign up. The bus will load at the Garden City Kmart at 9 o'clock, and the Party Animals will be having raffles.
Exactly.
Okay, the Library Spotlight, they've got all kinds of things going on. As usual, Library's been very active. They got one-on-one computer help. They got Stress Buster adult coloring nights. They got sci-fi movie month, books into beads, craft programs, a nerd night.
So much going on.
Yeah, if you're interested in getting involved in some of this kind of stuff, the library is open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays from 12 to 5, and Saturdays from 12 to 5. They're closed on Sunday. You can call 734-793-1830 to get information about these various programs. Stuff for people of all ages, adults through the preschoolers. And lastly, we got senior miniature golf, putt-putt golf. Come play one round of free golf paid for by the Garden City Police Department at the Garden City Municipal Golf.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, 29060 Ford Road on September 12th, my wife's birthday. Rain date is September 13th.
3 days after mine.
Rain date is September 13th from 6 to 8 o'clock. Must-RV SVP at 734-793-1870 at the Maplewood Senior Center by September 9th. Thanks.
My birthday.
Thanks to Garden City Police Department and the Maplewood Senior Center.
That is a good deal, though. I'm going to try and do that if I'm not doing anything then.
Yeah, it's a big month for us, too, because both of my brothers have birthdays in September 3rd, September 5th.
September's a great month, man, I'm telling you.
September 12th. That's it, Kerry.
All right. Good job, man. A lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely.
And it's even going to get busier come October. It's really going to be busy.
Garden City is the place to be. I was talking to Pam King today, and she was commenting about just how much is going on and how active it is in Garden City and what an up-and-coming community we're becoming and people involved.
Yep.
She's selling houses like crazy. And
homes prices are going up. I was just on Zillow and checked some of the homes. The prices are going up in Garden City. Believe me.
Yeah, she said she had a closing this morning, a closing this afternoon. Now, the one this afternoon was probably not in Garden City because it was for a $600,000 home.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think that's a Garden City one. But
well, Michelle Jarrett, too. She's real busy, too. Another realtor. So.
And Squires.
Pat Squires. Yeah. They're all busy.
And our old one is Ron Patterson.
Yeah.
But
no. We want homeowners. We do not want rentals. That's for sure.
Absolutely. People that are committed to a community life.
Right. And it's a great place to live, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that. 45 years we've been here, right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, we want to remind all residents that the next regular city council meeting will be held Monday, August 15th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middlebelt Road. They urge all residents to attend. I just want to mention that if you would like to be a guest on our show, it's very easy. Just send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'll shoot you some available dates, and that's all there is to it. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, this is the forum for you. Once again, email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. Or give us a call at 734-788-9319. We look forward to hearing from you. Our show reaches several communities in the area, so if you get us some information about your business or organization, Mike will be more than happy to mention it on air for you.
Hey, Will, what did you say you had 500 downloads of our Encore show from last week?
Yeah, last week we did an encore of our interview with John Quinn. Very emotional, very inspirational. 575 downloads. I posted it on Facebook. Yeah, it's very, very good. So
in spite of Mike and Kerry's best efforts, this program is really getting out to a lot of people.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was just from Thursday to Sunday. So yeah, figure that out. And then we're on iTunes and our YouTube channel. So yeah, we're doing all right. I'm very proud of this show, and
you should be.
And I'm very happy that the community supports us so well. So all right, if you're a business owner, for those of you that don't know, I am the president of the Garden City Business Alliance. So when I talk about this, I'm actually recruiting you. So but if you're a business owner, a resident, or community advocate interested in serving the business community, if you are, Garden City Business Alliance is looking for you. Becoming a member is very easy. Just visit our website at gcbiz48135.org. Fill out the contact page or give them a call at 734-788-9319. Also visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Garden City Business Alliance. So why not consider joining the GCBA and be a part of moving our business community forward? Or better yet, why not come to their membership meeting, which is going to be next Friday, August the 12th, 9 a.m. at the Straight Farmhouse, and that's held in the Grand Parlor over there, 6221 Merriman Road, just north of Ford. We thank Mark Hammer and all the folks over there for hosting our morning meetings for us. We really appreciate it. So we hope you'll be able to attend, and we'd love to meet you and hope that you'll become a member of the GCBA. Also, before we sign off, I did want to mention either the end of this month or the first part of September, Kevin Roney is going to be a guest on the show, director of the DPS.
the kickoff of the new recycling stuff seems to be going very well.
Yes, yeah. We got our cart, no problems.
Yeah, today was our first pickup.
Let me tell you, Rizzo did a great job. They did a fantastic job, I think. But I'm still seeing brown Republic Waste carts out. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So I guess they'll get a bill from the city if the city's got to pick them up.
Yeah. People need to get those out by the curb so our people can pick them.
Yes. And then they'll bill Republic.
Right.
So. All right, before we sign off tonight, please jot these numbers down. If you'd like to become a volunteer for the DDA events, please give Kim or Teresa a call at 734-261-2830. DDA office is located at 29213 Ford Road. And once again, the GCBA phone number, if you'd like to volunteer for any of their upcoming events. We do have the Afterburn, which is coming up right after the chili cook-off on October 8th. So that's going to be a big deal. Bonnie and the Working Girls will be there, and I think she has some guests with her that are coming. So,
and not very long after that, about 3 weeks after that, we have Trunk or Treat.
Trunk or Treat, yes.
Which was huge last year.
Yes. We'll be looking for sponsors for candy and stuff for that, and trunks. That was really a big event, too. So, yeah, a lot of stuff coming up in October. And then December, we have the Sandland Parade. And then we have the Business Expo that will be held over at the Moose again this year. So, busy.
The parade actually, I think, is in November.
Or November, I'm sorry.
It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yes. December, we have Christmas.
And then we do it all over again.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
The parade is the Saturday that Michigan and Ohio State play.
Oh, my gosh.
But this year they're in Columbus.
So you'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. If you have any upcoming events, please call us at 734-788-9319 or contact the GCBA if you want to join through their website at gcbiz48135.org. Both the GCBA and DDA are working hard on events and dates right now, and we're always looking for volunteers. Please contact them today. Tom, you have any last words for tonight? Anything you want to say?
I have 2 words.
Okay.
Stay cool.
That's going to be
that's mainly toward Mike.
Yeah.
No air conditioning? Yeah, that'll be tough.
Oh, I hope you go to your daughters. I really do, man. I'll be thinking of you tonight, that's for sure, if you don't.
They told me I won't have to sleep with the dogs.
Oh, that's nice.
They'll sleep in my daughter and son-in-law's room.
Yeah, because they can get warm, too, if they're on top of you, let me tell you.
If we go over there, we'll kick my grandson out of his room, probably in his bed.
Yeah, there you go. But, I would definitely take advantage of it, that's for sure.
I'll have to see what my wife says when I get home. Normally, when I get home from the show, she's in bed already, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I don't think she'll be sleeping in this heat.
She had to sleep in a different room last night because it was so hot in our bedroom.
Ooh. Are you upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Oh, my God. And you might want to sleep on the couch tonight even.
Well,
And in the doghouse.
Right, in the doghouse.
Get a rubber raft and go out and sleep in the swimming pool.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But that rolling over is a bitch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, really. Hold your breath. All right, folks. Well, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts, Tom and Mike. Great job as always, guys. Also, thanks to Joey and Holly. Thanks for coming on. And thanks to our guests in the chat room. Thanks, Steve, for being a part of the show. And guest 4, I think that's Paul Werhan. I think that's him in there. He was talking about the critters eating his garden up to get some moisture out of it. So hope you guys have a great night. Also, thanks to those that will be listening and downloading the show later, and for those that will be watching our YouTube channel, we appreciate your support every week. Remember, the audio from tonight's show will be made available on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat shortly after we sign off tonight, so look for that. And also on our main show page at TalkShoe.com, call ID 82757. And look for our video of tonight's show tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/CommunityChatShow. Also, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Just click on that little red subscribe button right below the video. We appreciate it. All right, remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to DopplerTomsWeather.com. He's got a great website over there, very user-friendly. So on behalf of Tom, Mike, Holly, Joey, this is Kerry saying take care, and see you all next week, August 11th, right here on TalkShoe.com, show ID 82757. Be safe and have a great night. All right, see you guys on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. Bye-bye.